See if I can get this thing going now. Get the volume up now. Y'all give me 1 second. See if I could. I don't know if I'm on here, if I'm on live using the streaming software. Let me see. Yeah, look like it's on here. Okay. Got us a couple of members in here. His software going a little slow. Look like they holding some of the stuff, or it's trying to connect from YouTube to this here software. So y'all forgive me. K, God bless you. Thank you for getting on here. V, God bless you. Yeah, I wanted to get on here because when I logged on YouTube trying to make one of my videos from private to public, it reminded me in the studio I need to go live at least once a week, and I just never think about it, and I know I'm supposed to, but it's just been crazy because I opened back up my one-on-one sessions. So I've been doing a lot of one-on-ones. I think I did 4 of them today, just trying to make real life connections, personal connections with people, and talk to people in real life one-on-one, answering questions. And that's how I kind of keep my finger on the pulse of what's going on in the world, talking to 3 to 6 people a day, some in certain seasons. So I open my sessions in this season because it's summer and my kids are a little less busy. So just actually hung up from a session and just still learning about what's going on out here, and just seeing it, like the Bible says, it's nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun. And so that's what we're trying to work on. Bianca, God bless you for that little shout out there now. And sure need to. Okay, so YouTube on here tripping. Yeah, they on here tripping. Out here trying us now. YouTube, y'all need to see this out there in Palo Alto. Y'all out there playing with people notifications. I always tell people, when you see a multi-billion-dollar company can't do their job, you can't ever get mad about your small business, about your little side hustle. Can't ever get mad. Now tomorrow, for the aspiring life coaches, got a special going for the life coach certification tomorrow. Is extra sponsor that I done touch base with. The sponsor 20 more coaches. So stay tuned on TonyGassisAcademy.com tomorrow if you haven't taken the life coach certification. Why does my ex keep trying to hit me up? And he has a girlfriend. I blocked him multiple times, but he just calls on other numbers. It's a soul tie. He has a soul tie and he doesn't know what it is. A lot of times, men, we don't know what a soul tie is, and we don't know why we got that feeling, but it's really just what a lot of people don't think about is when you have a relationship with somebody, the brain has a response, the brain has a reaction. And when you have that reaction every day based on the stimuli that you receive from the person you with, the brain creates patterns. And so just like a person taking a drug, just like a person drinking coffee, just like a person laughing, the brain has a release. And what we call a soul tie is really just the brain calling on that response, that release that we used to get from that person. And unless that is replaced by a new release that is equal or greater, we crave that release we had. And so that's why if you leave a relationship, but you get in a new relationship and your new relationship is better than your old relationship, eventually the new relationship helps you forget about your old relationship or forget the feeling. You always remember it, but that feeling will be different. And Joya, we so glad. We so appreciate you. After dating for now, the game come on at 8:30. It's 6:30, so I got about an hour and a half on here now. Just letting y'all know, me and my wife, that's one of our little pastimes. We sit and watch the games together during the playoffs. So I'm gonna have to leave by an hour and a half, hour and 45, because my office ain't too far from my house. After dating for a while, what is a good way to tell a man that you don't want to have a date at his home or mine? How to communicate, I don't want to go to your house, don't want you at mine. Mel, thank you for asking that. And a lot of women ask me that question. And so for y'all, for the OGs that done been here, who already know my answer, is just tell them. Just tell them. Because the thing what you got to realize about men, the more direct you are, the more we respect you. So the way that look is when y'all go on a date, y'all go to Applebee's this week, next week y'all go to Chili's, next week y'all go to Cheesecake, next week y'all go to Center Bistro. Then he gonna say, hey, you know, do you want to come over my house? You know, we've been going out. Do you want to come over to my house and we cook and we watch Netflix? If he texts that, then you text him back, hey, I do want to hang out, but I'm not ready to hang out in either one of our homes just yet, as we're still dating and building and getting to know one another. Just like that. If he say why, then you tell him why. Because I'm not comfortable and I don't know you on that level and I don't want to put myself in that position. And if he get an attitude and he get mad and he show his true colors and he get mad, he go to his red pill talk, then good riddance. He showed you his colors and that's what you want to happen. Don't beg him. Don't try to keep him. Just let him go. Just let him go. Let somebody show you who they is. How should I expect a 21-year-old man to court me in terms of communication, phone calls? I'm 23. He really likes me. I'm torn between having high expectations, but realizing he still needs to mature. You should not have expectations. You should have observations. So don't put expectations and stipulations on how he courts you. Just be observant of how he courts you, because that will tell you about him. That'll tell you about what he knows. It'll tell you who he is. It'll tell you where he is in his life. And then if you like his raw qualities, if you like who he is, then you could say to him, now that's when you start to share, like, hey, I don't want to text all day. When you want to talk, give me a call. When you free to talk, give me a call. Hey, I don't want to talk on the phone every day, all day. When you ready to go on a date, let me know. So then you kind of express what you want and need. So then, because what may happen is he may literally not know. He may literally be just oblivious to how to date because he may be 21 and ain't had a whole lot of experience. And a lot of women don't like that. A lot of women like, oh, I shouldn't have to teach a man. But it's like everybody got to be taught something. Like a woman got to learn, got to be taught how a man want to be talked to, how a man want to be loved, how a man want to be treated. Like men got to teach women stuff, women got to teach men stuff. Ain't nobody coming in with all the answers. Decent guy, but broke up with him because he got angry. Because when he got angry, he would yell, slam the door, and would hit below the belt in arguments. Would say sorry, but do it again. But still love their mistake. No, that's not a mistake. And it's really about you got to be able, when a man act like that, it ain't about waiting till he say sorry. When a man like do stuff like that, you got to tell him directly and very straight. Like when you talking to an adult is no different than when you talking to a child. And a lot of people don't understand that. You got to talk to adults like you talk to children. So you got to think, you got to picture that, like if this your son, what you'll say to your son, hey, don't you ever in your life talk to me like that again. Don't you ever try me like that again. That's the same way you got to talk to a man. You got to tell a man, hey, don't ever in your life raise your voice at me again, because I guarantee you on phone them, on Folsom grade, on GD, on everything I love. You talk to me like that again, you will never hear from me again in your life. And that's the thing is a lot of women be tiptoeing. What you got to understand is a man is built for war. A man is built to hunt. A man is built to take lives. So when you got to understand that men taking lives, so you can't be tiptoeing. Now, yes, you're not supposed to yell. You're not supposed to curse. You're not supposed to call him out his name, but you're supposed to be very direct with him. And when you direct with him, you ain't got to talk like no man. You can say it in your high-pitched voice. You can say it in your regular, normal voice, but you got to be direct. You got to let them know. And if you let him know, now he know. Now he still may try you. He still may try you. But that's when you got to show him that you're not the one to be played with. Completed the online dating masterclass. If I meet a guy in person who is currently online dating or has done online dating, should I look at him the same as men who are online dating? If online dating was in his past, then you shouldn't look at him the same as the men who are currently online dating. But if he is still online dating, then you got to look at him the same as the men who are online dating. And what that means is if a man is online dating, and I'm going to tell you as a man, now, I don't know how to say this because it's, so I just have to say it. If a man who do online dating he's a lame to me. He honestly, to me, he's a lame. And I don't mean lame in like a derogatory sense. I mean lame in the literal sense. Like he's scary. It's not scary like Ted Bundy, scary like he's not a man yet. He's not confident in himself. He don't have a man who does online dating does not have the confidence to be a real man. He does not have the confidence to be the front line for a family and to lead a family with courage and confidence in a recession, in tough times, through trials, through tribulations. It take a lot to be a man, and it take a lot to be a front liner, and it take a lot to be a true protector and a true provider. And if a man has that, he is not afraid to go out into the world to look and see what woman look good to him and to walk up to her and to introduce himself and to ask her, is she single? When a man get online, that tell you he like to take shortcuts. That tell you that he listen to red pill content and he want to shop for women like he shops for grocery. And these men online will tell you that I'm lying. They will tell you that that is not true. They will tell you the opposite of what I'm saying, but a man knows a man. Deep down, he know I'm telling the truth. And he know that he lame, he know he's scary, he know that he's not a real man, and he know that he want a buffet of women. He want it easy. He know that he's not a real one. He's never been him, and he's not no go-getter. He knows that. And if none of that right there is true, the other thing that's true about men who are online is they looking for easy sex. They is looking for easy women because the way we as men see a woman doing online dating is you desperate. You when you doing online dating as a woman, you fall in one or two categories. You desperate or you ugly. This is it's no other categories that you're gonna be put in. If you do online dating as a woman and tell Bumble and tell what's your other one y'all be on? Tinder and all this other stuff that y'all be on. Tell them I said this. If you do online dating as a woman, you are seen as one or two things. And this the truth that ain't nobody gonna tell you. You know why? Because we live in a lazy society. We live in a lazy society where nobody want to do work. Everybody want a shortcut. Everybody want a scam. Everybody want a stimulus check. Everybody want to work from home. Everybody want to put in a little and to get a lot. Social media has made our society lazy. It has made us weak. We are overweight, out of shape, broke, busted, and disgusted. And we want a lot for a little. Nobody want to invest in themselves. Nobody want to love themselves, but everybody want all of this right here. Everybody want to be married. Don't nobody want to lose weight. Everybody want the person of their dreams. Don't nobody want to lose weight. And that's what online dating is for. Online dating was created by socially awkward, introverted nerds who said, I'm finna create this because I'm an introvert and I don't like getting out the house, but I'm finna make some money off of these dummies. That's why online dating exists. It is a ploy to make money off of what America has created: laziness. Lazy, entitled people who don't want to get off the couch, prioritize themselves, get out the house, do some exercise, go to a boot camp, do a 72-hour water fast, lose some weight, heal your body, and go out and meet people in real life. We want to sit behind a phone or a computer and have everything dropped in our lap and get offended when somebody tell us the truth about ourselves. But guess what? I don't care about offending nobody because I offend myself every day. Any question that you have, you can ask a question. Just put a hashtag Q in front of it. And y'all, I'm on this here system. You don't have to post your question multiple times, Karis, because this system right here, it don't keep running on me like when I'm on YouTube. See, I'm on the software, so it just keep you sitting right there, and I got to scroll through. So I'm gonna see your question. How do you know if your relationship is an exception to the rule? Well, for one, you got to know the rules, and two, when everything that apply to everybody else in general conversation like this don't apply to you, then you're an exception. So if I say don't date somebody, a man 10 years or older, because he gonna try to re-raise you, and you dating a man that's 10 years or older and he not trying to raise you like you his child, and it done been more than a year, you're an exception to the rule. If I say if a man leave you, that means he don't really want you, so don't let him come back. But your man left you and he came back and you gave him a chance because you ain't hear that or you ain't know that, and he treat you like a queen, and now it's been years and he's still doing right by you, you an exception to the rule. So that's how you'll know when this general topics and teachings that you hear online don't really apply to your situation. I have no issue submitting to a man that submits to God. The thing that makes dating so hard these days is men wanting women to submit, but they haven't provided a safe space to do so. Well, Jessica, that means that is a man that you need to run from. And so the issue with what y'all do as women is you talking about stuff you seen online, or you talking about one or two men that you dated? Because I know you ain't had 10 men of age that done wanted you to submit, but they ain't submitted. You probably 9 out of 10 times you talking about your ex-boyfriend, or you talking about randoms that you done dated, went on a date with. So the thing about it is you have to increase your rate of exposure, meaning you got to get out the house. When you single, you need to be out the house 4 days a week, out and about, at networking events, at lounges, at Starbucks, at Barnes and Noble. You got to be out and about so you can increase your rate of exposure, so you don't have to have one bad experience and then generalize all men. And that is the problem with women today. Y'all see stuff online that is posted for sensationalism, or y'all go through one or two bad situations and then y'all paint every man with a broad stroke. And you cannot do that, because to be honest with you, it's common sense for a man to know he can't expect nothing from you if he ain't walk you down nobody aisle. Men already know that. You ain't got to tell a man that. And if a man act like he don't know it, then you got to tell him, say, listen here, playboy. I'm not your wife. So submit. The Bible say, wives, submit unto your husband as unto the Lord. Let's read Ephesians 5, playboy. It don't say girlfriend submit to your boyfriend as unto the Lord. It say wives submit unto your husband as unto the Lord. So you just have to, you got to protect yourself, and you got to let him know you have bumped your head. If you think I'm finna be cooking, cleaning, and taking order and instruction from a boyfriend who I don't know if you gonna be left or right tomorrow. And so you got to express that. But these men, they don't really truly want that. Let me tell you, when you dealing with a man, you dealing with a human. You're not dealing with Jesus Christ. You're not dealing with God. And you know what humans do? Human try to get over. Human gonna try to pull the wool over your eyes and get over. And if a human could get over, a human gonna get over. So that's what you got to realize. Any human you meet, male or female, they're going to test you to see if you dumb. And if they test you and you fail the test, they finna take advantage. It don't matter who it is. It don't matter who it is. There is no space that you are safe in. in our world. No space are you safe in, meaning you have to protect yourself. And let me help you understand what I mean by that. If you go to church and you give 50% of your income, that pastor is not going to tell you, don't you ever give 50% of your income again, because tithes is 10%. They finna take you out to dinner. They finna take you out to lunch and brunch. Might send a deacon to try to munch. And they gonna let you pay that 50% in the house of the Lord. If you go to the police station and you say, listen, I want to snitch on everything walking down here in my hood, they is not going to tell you, hey, do not come in here and snitch, because you will get your head chopped off in your hood. They finna let you sit down there and sing like a bird. There is no space in the world that you are safe. You have to protect yourself. The issue with men and women today is y'all is going into relationships and you expecting the space to be safe, instead of going in with the knowledge of the human race and establishing your standards with this other human. You teach people how to treat you by what you stop, what you allow, and what you reinforce. You teach people how to treat you. Dr. Phil stole this quote from me. I guess the producers follow me online, thought they'll be slick. Dr. Phil, producer, you watching this? Give me Dr. Tony's show and start stealing my stuff. You teach people how to treat you by what you stop, what you allow, and what you reinforce. You know where I got that from? I wrote the quote, but you know where the theory come from? Behavioral science. That's behavioral science. Stop, redirect, reinforce. Ignore, redirect, reinforce. I learned that working with mentally disabled men in behavioral science. And I apply it all across life. Appreciate that, Glam Rocks. My BFF. Now y'all be getting me with these abbreviations. Is this the BFF? Let me read the rest of this and see what that means. BFF was visited by the Holy Spirit via this evangelical YouTube dude. He basically said that she has been running from God. Her hubby isn't a believer. How should she deal with her husband going forward? Well, she probably need to join the Blessed Tribe so she could ask her own question, for one. Because we won't be asking questions for outsiders. And so that's for one. For two, the Bible already addressed that. And in the Bible, it say that if you marry somebody and they not a believer, don't lead them, because they may become a believer because of your belief. So that's already in the Bible. And two, I don't know if no Holy Spirit visited her. I don't know if the Holy Spirit visited her, because if the Holy Spirit visited her, the Holy Spirit would have tell her not to be telling you her business about her marriage. And the Holy Spirit would have told her to read her Bible and to see that the Bible already addressed that. So she need to be checking to make sure she not lusting after the YouTube evangelical, and that was lust in her spirit and not the Holy Spirit. So see, that's why the Bible say try spirit by the Spirit. See, a lot of time what we call in the Holy Spirit be loose booty spirit. But see, ain't nobody else gonna call it out like that now. And they ain't gonna tell you like that now. They gonna try to water it down for you. Vanessa giving y'all thing on how to do the notification. My notification work. Well, I ain't got no notification. So Vanessa worked for YouTube. Giving y'all some instruction how to set your notification. Brianne, what are your thoughts on Pastor Jamal Bryan and Pastor Kerry Turner getting engaged? You know, somebody sent that to me, but I really ain't have no thoughts on it because because of the hairdo she got on. I don't trust a woman with that kind of hairdo. If you when you got your hair shaved on the side of your head like that and you got the braids flipped over, to me, you got a spirit on you. Because there's too many lesbians with that hairdo. I'm not finna wear the same hairdo as a lesbian. I'm not finna wear the same hairdo as no polyamorous woman. I don't trust with that hairdo. And then with Jamal, it's like he's got too much stuff going on in his life that he done been into. And like I said, a leopard don't change his spots. But I really don't trust a pastor who get in the pulpit not married to begin with. So I really can't really rock with you if you get up there in the pulpit with all these beautiful women out there in that congregation, all these booties shaking, and you done been known to cheat and lie and sleep with cripples and all of that, and you up there with all these beautiful women all throughout Atlanta, and you single as a dollar bill. If you single as a dollar bill, I think you need to be sitting down. If your record ain't like Apostle Paul. If your record is like Apostle Paul, you stand up there and talk. So I really don't pay no attention. When I see foolishness, I really don't even take the time to pay attention to it like that because it just don't really make sense. And then too, ain't nobody got to announce no engagement. Announce a marriage. We don't care about no engagement. That's glorified dating. Announce a marriage. Send us the wedding date. Then when y'all marry, and then it's like this. It's like, okay, if you've been known to be a fornicator, and now you come up here announcing the engagement, all I'm thinking of is y'all fornicating, pastors? Is y'all fornicating? Now, is y'all putting it in did they say in the speech? Now, y'all, we know what y'all thinking. Yes, we wait until marriage. If that one said, I'm already assuming Dirt Diggler is preaching while in fornication. So now I'm sitting there looking like, is both of y'all pastors and fornicating? I'm already throwed off. He was 346 pounds. Maintenance job guy admitted to anger problems because past traumas. Good idea. I broke up. He's white, me black. My dad says I could do way better because he's a loser. Your daddy told you right. Your daddy told you right. And it ain't got nothing to do with his, with his weight, but them anger problems. And if you the one that was asking about he slamming doors and going off, I would not me now the weight matter 346 pounds if you at 346 pounds and angry, because you got to realize, like, when you look at boxing, it's men 140 pounds that will put you 6 feet under. So a man 340 will put you 18 feet under the ground. I wouldn't be nowhere near a man that big and mad. That he too big to be getting the attitude with a woman and get mad with a woman. And then he white too. Cause they like to get a little extra with their anger. They like to dismember people. Is what keep popping up in the news. I keep seeing these white men dismembering these black women. I'm like, my goodness, y'all mad that we ain't slaves no more? Like, what is I'm seeing? I ain't seen now black man in the news for dismembering no black woman. Now I see a lot of women lose their life now because that's regardless of color. But dismembering, I'm like, my goodness, boy, you tried to bring slavery back. And so that's the thing. Like you got to read the cues now. If somebody show you them cues, you got to read them cues and get out of there. So you can't ever regret leaving when you see red flags. Don't ever regret that. Because I'm gonna tell you, a red flag will become a flat line, meaning you'll be dead and gone if you ignore red flags. Tony, what should I do? I'm trying to get custody of my godson, my cousin's son, whom I've been taking care of all his life. He's 7 and his mother is on drugs and his father is ill. Keep fighting a good fight, sister. Keep fighting a good fight. What you ought to do is Google and make sure you got to get the best lawyer in your city and explain it to the lawyer, because see, everybody want to pay tithes. What I mean by paying tithes is that 10%, whether they Christian or not, everybody want to give back. So when you get you the top lawyer, the only thing about winning stuff is who your lawyer is. That's all it is, because the best lawyers know the judge. The best lawyers with the best lawyer, they know the judge. So that's all. The system ain't fair. The system is rigged, and it's all about who know who. So you could go out here and commit any crime you want to commit. You not finna do the time, the amount of time you supposed to do if you got the right lawyer, because the right lawyer know exactly what that judge need to hear and might slip a few dollars in that judge pocket. You be right there. How do I start my own personal soccer training business? Okay to put flyers on people's car with QR code and link to my website. I've played at the pro level, coach before, and want to have my own clinic. Now, the flyers on the car is okay, but some people will get mad at you because if you put that flyer on their car and it rain, now that the paper finna be stuck on their window and it's hard to get off. If I was you, I would invest the money in the little signs you stick in the ground at the red light. Put that soccer training, former pro, former pro, female soccer player, and put your email or website or phone number and just stick that in the ground right there at the red light till they take it up. And then when you pass by the bus stop bench, the one that's empty, and say advertise here, get the number, call and get the price, and advertise there for 3 months. And then same thing when you go to the mall, when you go to the bathroom at the mall, you're gonna see the posters that's on the wall with all the different advertisements. One of them will be empty. Call that number, put your poster right there. So just do traditional advertising, invest a little money in it, and then also go to the local clubs and offer your services to the club, and they'll tell the parents about you because they always want to pretend like they adding value. I volunteered for an org, recently retired, asked to create a presentation for new members. Org is using my presentation without permission. Tips to advocate for pay as a consultant in nonprofit organization field. Well, you was asked to create a presentation for new members, and you created the presentation, and you sent them the presentation. So now they just assume because you volunteered to work for the org and you didn't go in asking for a job, you went in to volunteer. So they assuming this volunteerism. So all you got to do is reach out and say, hey, I created that, but it wasn't intended to be used without permission or compensation. So I need to request that y'all either compensate me for the presentation or cease and desist the use of my intellectual property. But me personally, I would let that one go. And the next thing they ask you to do, then you talk about that. But see, you can't go in as a volunteer and then ask to be paid. You got to go in with your value add and your price sheet. But the first job you do in anything, VJ, God bless you. The first job you do in anything should always be free. And then from there, that's when you start getting paid. Next thing they're gonna ask you for something else. If they using it, Without your permission, they mean they value your work. So they're gonna come to something and say, hey, unfortunately, I would love to do it for you, but I now have to charge for these because of intellectual property. So, I charge $100 a page based on, how long you want the presentation to be. Tony, the football fantasy is too much for me. He's glued to his phone and I'm getting ignored. What should I do? Thank you. Everybody have their thing. Everybody have their thing. But you're going to have to express to them. And what you'll do is you say, hey, can I talk to you for a few minutes? Just like that right there. And then you say, I know you love fantasy football, but you really be on your phone all the time. And all I'm asking is like when I come home and you home, that we have like at least 30 minutes undivided attention where we just could talk, or that we create like a movie night, a Netflix night. And so you have to plan and you got to schedule things, or he enjoy your presence while he on his phone. Just talk to him, just talk to him, and he gonna realize like, man, I'm gonna have to put his phone down because she keep talking. But if you just sitting there and you being, so what my wife do is I live on my phone. I'm always on my phone, and so she always on her phone. But when she want to talk, she just be talking, and I'll be sitting there, sending an email. I'm sending an email. I'm doing work. I'm out there sitting, and then while she talking, I just, oh, what's that? Oh, really? Then she'll say, "You're not listening." So I was listening. I was. What you said now? Say it again. I heard you. I missed the last part, and then I'll listen to it. But so instead of her complaining and getting mad about it, she just talked through what I'm doing. And then after she do that for a little bit, it helped me realize like, oh, I'm not following what she's saying. I need to put my phone down and listen to what she's saying, because she's just gonna talk through it. And so that's what you have to do, because a lot of times we can't read minds. So the man might be like, she really ain't got nothing to talk about, or she really don't want nothing, or she on TikTok, she on YouTube, listen to this man talk on this live. So she don't care that I'm on my fantasy football, because she listens to the old 90-head relationship coach talk all the time. So it just, the narrative he'll tell himself, but you just have to be intentional about it. And if you really schedule something, then he gonna know like, okay, tonight at 7:30 is Netflix and charcuterie board night. So he know you got to put his phone, and you say, hey, no phones tonight. Tomorrow night we doing Netflix and pizza, Netflix and popcorn, whatever. No phones, just me and you. So let's vote on what we want to do. And that way, that's like the behavioral science tactic of ignore, meaning instead of bickering, nagging, complaining, or what have you, you ignore the maladaptive behavior, and then you're going to redirect. So you have to occupy his time, meaning instead of you just waiting on him to give you his time, you got to occupy his time and say, hey, so this is what I want to do tomorrow. And you ain't saying it with no attitude. You ain't taking no shots. Hey, this is what I want to do tomorrow. Tomorrow, I want us to watch the playoff game together with no phone or what have you. And see, right now, unless you're talking about, well, right now you're lying anyway, because it ain't no football right now. So now he telling you fantasy football right now, he might be on Bumble. Unless you're talking about soccer. I don't know. I think they just finished too. So he ain't ignoring you right now. So you just make sure you take a peek over there at that phone. Make sure it might be a cover up out. I don't think it's that though. I've been friends with this guy since high school. We never dated, but recently reconnected. He calls often. I've started to like him a little, but he just got out of a relationship. Advice. right now you can't trust anything. Because when a man get out of a relationship, we'll use another woman as a band-aid for our bullet wounds. We'll use the other woman. And so you can't trust nothing right now. So what you have to do is mentally and emotionally, you got to cut off your heart. You got to tell yourself this is not real. I'm a rebound. And he still got a soul tie with her. He still could love her, have a lot of feelings for her. If she decides she want him, he could be gone in a heartbeat. So let me just hear what he talking about. And when he done talking and when we not talking, I'm stop thinking about him. I'm gonna focus on my work, focus on my book, focus on my career, focus on whatever I got to do. And I'm not going to fantasize about it and give him credit for time that he not even putting in. And so you can't get ahead of yourself and go to thinking too much, because you will play yourself. And that's the thing that most women do, is y'all play y'all self. A man will give you 30 minutes out of his 24 hours, but you'll give him 8 hours in your mind. So now to your heart, he put in 8 hours, but really he only put in 30 minutes and you was thinking about him for 7.5 more. And that's what y'all make y'all self fall in love. Now, everything I'm teaching on here, y'all gonna hear people teaching online, especially these women. These women be out here teaching stuff about a man that I said verbatim and be going viral online with my exact teacher. Instead of saying, yeah, I was on YouTube and heard Tony Gaskins say, like, man, you ain't know that. Cause you not no man. You ain't know that. Don't be sitting up there trying to go viral on a podcast, acting like you know what you talking about. When that man cheating on you right now, at least say where you got it from, so that way when you get cheated on and left, you don't look like no fool. Duh. So listen to me. What I'm telling you is y'all be playing y'all self. A lady quoted me verbatim, went viral saying, I say, come on now. Come on now. If you tell where you got it from, nah, you ain't finna get played, because the man know that you actually know what you talking about, because he know you heard it from a man. When you go acting like you just dreamt it up, now he finna come test you, and you finna lose because you don't really know. So understand this. Don't play yourself by giving him more credit than he deserves. And when a man talking to you as a rebound, when he talking to you as a rebound, you got to take your time and you got to be a little distant, in the sense of let him pursue you. Let him pursue you. And what y'all don't realize is a lot of men listen to these messages. But see, what men is different than women is a man will listen to this and he won't say a word. He will be a fly on the wall. So he'll say, oh, okay, I'm talking to this woman and I just got out of a relationship, but he telling these women, let me pursue, let me chase, and don't listen to me. Okay, so this what I got to do. Bop, 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 bop. And then he gonna flip the game. And that's how y'all begin played. TG, my ex told me it didn't matter how big my house was, how much money I made, I was going to remain single because I refused and have continued to refuse his advances for that. He's my past. That's what everybody who mad say. You know, that's what everybody who mad say. And and so just let them talk, and it ain't true. Now you might get you a homosexual who, because of that big house and that money, he don't want to have no sex. He want a place to live. And so he ain't worried about no sex. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Men don't really need sex as much as y'all have been fooled to believe. I be hearing foolish women online talk about it's a man nature to have sex and to have multiple women And so she don't worry about her man cheating, and she gonna let a man cheat because that's what a man gonna do. Man, listen, that is hogwash. That is absolutely hogwash. That is the dumbest thing in the world. If a man is a Navy SEAL, look up Navy SEAL training, and then ask yourself, do I think a man could become a darn Navy SEAL, a Green Beret, a airborne ranger, and he can't control his sex drive? That's the dumbest thing in the world. And and there's so many women that is falling for every man needs sex and ain't no man gonna wait. That is hogwash. That is absolutely crazy. I know men who make money, who is famous, who is pro athletes, and is virgins, and is waiting until marriage. I know men who could have any woman they want and is virgins. It's men who do abstinence journeys for fun. I was talking to these young boys about not masturbating, and one of the young boys at college come up to me and say, "Hey, yeah, man, you talking about semen retention? I know all about that. I said, I know how to make it shoot up my spine and everything." I was like, "Well, darn, I wasn't talking about all that. Now, I don't want no cum shooting up my spine. Now, what the world? Like, what the world are you talking about?" I ain't even know what he was talking about. But these young men is studying semen retention. They ain't care about no sex like that. But it's so many women on their bike, and then that dating site put that thing up. Now, if we could do arson, we ought to go burn that billboard down. But we can't burn it down because we don't know how to do no arson and get away with it. But we need to start a petition because that's sacrilegious. Bumble or whoever it was did that billboard because they don't want to offend no gays. They can't offend the gays. You offend the gay, you might as well got to go to prison. So it's like, why you could offend the Christians? If Christians don't believe in sex before marriage, how you gonna do a whole billboard talking about, oh, it's crazy to think you need to wait until marriage or something like that. Whatever, whoever Bumble or whoever did that, we need to sign a petition on their behind. Go on change.org, sign a petition. I'm gonna share it. Take that billboard down. You hating on people's religious beliefs. We ain't finna offend no Muslim, but Muslim don't believe in sex before marriage either. But they ain't on no dating apps, which all Christian. I ain't got too much more time now. The game come on 8:30. So I got to get on out of here. I like to take me a shower before I sit in my bed. Y'all like to go home and get in the bed with your outside clothes on. What do I do about a man who I've known for about 8 months? In the beginning, he was texting, calling, and we were going on dates. Now all he does is text, no phone calls, no dates. Cut him off. Block his number. Well, you ain't got to block his number. Just don't answer his number no more. You need to text him tonight and say, "Hey, unfortunately, this is not going anywhere. So I don't want to waste your time. Don't want to waste my time. So it's been great knowing you, but I'm gonna move on with my life." And then let him go out. Let him say whatever he gonna say, and just go on about your business. Don't ever let a man take up space in your life if he ain't finna occupy in a real way. If he can't assume the position of a boyfriend, lover that is actively and interestedly courting, cut him off completely. Because what you doing is you allowing him to take up that space and you blocking your blessings. So because you on here asking about him, he taking up time and space and brain matter in your life. And so what'll happen is because he texting you to death, you will go out and be in a place where a man could holler at you, and you won't even get that man no type of motion because this man is feeling the space of your lover and he giving you the bare minimum. So if a man ain't finna come all the way correct, cut them off all the way together. Cut them all the way out your life, and vice versa. I got off work like dating because Tony said so. Oh, online dating. I think she meant. Tony ain't on the pedestal for me. My Lord is. Hey, God bless you. God bless you. I don't know what the purpose of that was. I'm 24, lost, and feel I'm behind. I'm almost done with college. I'm working and have a child. I still feel something is missing. I smoke. I ask God to give me strength to quit. I just want better. Well, when you ask God to give you the strength to quit, he already gave it to you. As soon as you say, Lord, give me the strength to quit smoking, you got the strength. Now you smoke because you want to smoke. Because guess what? If you don't smoke, you're not going to stop breathing. But if you keep smoking, you ain't going to be able to breathe one day. So this is the thing. We do what we want to do, not what we have to do. So you smoke because you want to smoke. You ain't got to smoke though. And that's what's missing in your life, because everything affects everything. So with you smoking, now you ain't got mental clarity. You ain't got self-control. You ain't got discipline. You ain't got self-love. Everything flows from that. That simple act of smoking ruining your whole life. And you got a child. Your child getting contact high from the nicotine or the marijuana or whatever it is you smoking. Your child getting that second hand in their system. And you 24. So if you 24 and you smoking, you already making yourself a junkie. Because if you 24 and smoking, imagine being 48 and smoking. Oh, you tore up from the flow up. So you got to get sick and tired of being sick and being tired. And that's what's going to change your life. Because I'm going to tell you like this right here. I'm doing rolling dry fast. What that mean is I'll dry fast, no food, no water for 24 hours. Then I eat. And I eat everything I could eat. Full meal, 2,000, 3,000 calories, whatever it is. And then I fill up on some water, get a bunch of water, drink about a gallon of water, half a gallon of water, and then I go on another 24-hour dry fast. I just started that this week, right? So today I did the 24-hour dry fast from yesterday to today. Me and my wife went to eat. We went and ate. I had a Cuban sandwich, had some crab and shrimp dip with the crackers, had some empanada and some water. Then after that, I had me a lemon water, a coconut water, and now I'm drinking two more bottles of regular water. When I finish this here, I'm going on another 24-hour dry fast. Now I got to have me a little coffee tomorrow. I got a coffee meeting, business partner. But it'll be like a water fast for another 24 hours till I eat tomorrow night at dinner. So now my eating will be 30 hours or something. Guess what? My wife, she go to one of my favorite restaurants today. Hey, I'm going to PF Chains. Are you done? Are you eating anything else? Because she know I've been fasting. Are you eating anything else? She want to go get PF Chains. I had to do like Jesus did Peter. Satan, get thee behind me. Satan, get thee behind me. I ain't say it, but that's what I had to think. Now, don't come tempting me with this shrimp and lobster lo mein from PF Chains, and you know I'm fasting. But see, that's how it is. You gonna get tempted in your life to do a whole bunch of stuff, but you got to make a choice. I said, no, I'm still stuffed. I'm finna be at home hungry than a mug, but I ain't hit my weight goal yet. So I got, guess what? I got to tough it out. And they say, oh, you shouldn't be doing all that fasting because you overeat. You know why you overeat? Because you lack self-control. I did a 72-hour dry fast, no food, no water, 72 hours, like the woman in the Bible that one of y'all taught me about. Then the next week I did another 72-hour dry fast. I sat down with a guy. He said, dry fast. He said, what's that? I said, there's no food, there's no water. He said, what? I can't do that. Every single person I done talked to say they can't do that. I say, you know what? That is God telling me I'm built for more. I'm built different. And I got to walk in it. So when you know you built different and you know you done been given the strength, the heal and the change and the grow, you got to do it. You got to stop being average when you call to be great. Got to change your life. What are your thoughts on a man who says you won't find a better guy than me after a woman ends things with him? He might be right. He might be right. But I'm going to tell you this. You got to become a better woman. So if you become a better woman, you're going to find a better guy, because who you with, he was a reflection of you. We attract what we are, not what we want. We don't attract what we want, we attract what we are. So who you end up with and who you settle down with, that's a reflection of you. The reason why you leaving him is because he's no longer a reflection of you. You have outgrown him. So you got to keep becoming a better woman, and the better woman you become, the better of a man you're going to attract. So he's saying, what he really saying is, you're not going to find a better man than me if you remain the same woman you've always been. And he ain't lying. He ain't lying. It ain't no joke, but we all got the power. I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to understand. We got the power. I'm renting a salon where I'm never there as a makeup artist. I also work as a CNA. I need more help applying makeup, stuck between going to school for LPN or cosmetology. I'm also on YouTube. What you're going to have to do with that right there, Coach Monique Kitchen, is you're going to have to get you a literal board. You got to get a literal whiteboard. And you got to get on that board and you got to write CNA. And then you put a line under it, and then you put a straight line down. And on the left side, you write all the pros. That's all the good. CNA. Room for growth. That's a pro. Decent pay. That's a pro. Then you got to write the cons. Bed sores. Open booty hole. Perverted old men. Bad hours. Doodle. Pee. Heavy people I got to lift. You write all the cons. Then you go to makeup artist and you write all the pros. Could meet a celebrity. Could go on tour with a celebrity. Make women feel better. Occasionally doing men makeup. Set my own hours. Be my own boss. Then you write all the cons. Only can afford CVS makeup on a CNA salary. Somebody might not like my makeup and leave a bad review. You write the cons. Then you put LPN. Long hours. Glorified CNA. Better pay. Draining. Frustrating. Ignorant co-workers. Graveyard shift. You write all the cons, you write all the pros. Great pay. Whatever it is. Some people in the pandemic with LPNs was mad with me because I said in the video, I was like, oh, you got RN money. And they were like, LPN make the same as an RN. I'm like, okay, I don't care. God bless you. You want a cookie? All right. Both of y'all wiping booty. So what you mad at me for? But me personally, sis, If I'm you, I'm trying to be that makeup artist. Because for one, most women cannot do no makeup. Be looking a hot mess. Two, you got endless amount of women you could do makeup for. Three, you get to scale that makeup because you get to charge a lot to the celebrities that come through the city for a concert. You get to be the mobile makeup artist. You get to do expensive makeup for weddings and for photo shoots. You could partner with every photographer in the city. You could partner with every wedding planner in the city. You could scale that makeup. You can't scale CNA and you can't scale LPN unless you start a home health agency where you got a contract with Department of Children and Family or agency with persons with disability where you get to go, and with your home health agency, you get to hire LPNs and RNs and CNAs to staff with disabled or elderly, and you get paid by the state. That's how you could scale it. And there's people who millionaires doing that. So whatever you do, you got to think about, how can I scale this? How can I make more money off of this right here? Can I do a course on this online that train and teach other people? Can I open a business with it? Can I hire people up under me? You got to think about it like that. Why did my ex ghost me after I reached out? After he reached out to me again, he pushed to come over and spend the night. I said no. Well, that's why he ghost you. Because he came back and he didn't get what he wants. So he figured you still strong. You still the same woman. And he wasting his time. And then some men come back just to see. Some men come back just to see if they got access to you. Do divorced men take longer to propose again? From all of my experience, the answer is yes. For a decent, God-fearing, upstanding divorced man, it takes some time on average. When a man who got divorced jump right back into a marriage, another marriage, he typically is a scam artist or a bum or a loser, or he trying to gaslight his ex-wife. That's typically why a man do it, because a man already afraid of commitment, already just off rip. He afraid of commitment. It's already so many non-committal men. So for a man to get a divorce and then right back in something, it's typically he one extreme or the other, meaning he either just a hopeless romantic extreme or he a scammer. My boyfriend of 5 months has been abstaining with me, but recently he said he wants to have a discussion about it. He hints at marriage and a future, but I feel like he will get to a breaking point. Have a discussion about it. Have a discussion about it. And just let him know, hey, listen, I love you. I care for you, but you're not bigger than God. And I want you to understand that if I'm the type of person that'll let you be bigger than God in my life and my commitment to abstinence and purity, then what does that tell you about the type of person I'll be in a marriage? So instead of thinking about your flesh and thinking about what's going to please your flesh and bring you pleasure, you really should be thinking about what this abstinence says about me and what it says about you and our potential for longevity in holiness and righteousness and being able to trust each other. Because if I sleep with you, that means I'll sleep with somebody else. So what you don't understand is if I put you before God, that means when we get married, I'm susceptible of putting somebody else before God, meaning being in adultery because I'm unhappy or we going through a rough patch. Abstinence ain't just about avoiding pleasure. It's also about avoiding sin. It's also about developing discipline. And so you got to help him understand that, and you got to preach to him. Like, you got to talk to him. So invite the conversation. And if he reach a breaking point, then that means that he will reach a breaking point in marriage as well. If a man is proposed with abstinence by a woman and he cannot be abstinent for a season when marriage is in his power and in his control, he could get on one knee and say, will you marry me? And you say yes. And then y'all set the date to go to the courthouse and get married the next week. That's in his wheelhouse. That's in his power. Yeah, you might want a real wedding or whatever, but he could talk to you and then preach to you and say, listen, we shouldn't spend all that money on no one day to feed people when we could go to the courthouse, because our marriage is between us and God, not us and these people that's coming here to eat our free food. And then we going into a marriage upside down with all this debt because you want to look cute on one day for the world. Let's go on down here to this courthouse and get married now and jump the broom and then get that spike of veil on. And so you got he have to preach to you about that. So he right there in that position to marry you. If he want some behind that much, okay, let's get married. If you need something that bad, let's get married. And if you ain't ready to get married, then you don't need none that bad. But if he reach a breaking point, that means that he gonna reach a breaking point in your marriage too. Because in marriage, you're not always gonna want to have sex. You're not gonna want to have sex as much as he has sex. If y'all have kids or adopt kids, or even you got some rambunctious dogs, you're gonna be drained. You're gonna be tired. It's gonna be a lot of days you don't feel like doing nothing sexual. And guess what? If he can't be abstinent before marriage, based on your requirement and your request, he's not gonna be able to be faithful in a marriage, because marriage happens in seasons. And so it take discipline, and it take a man who willing to be disciplined. Point blank, period. We ain't got much time left now. We got about 15 minutes now. Dated 5 months. He's 42 and wanted to get married. Changed his mind about marriage and asked that we go our separate ways. My mom says he'll be back and give him a chance. What do you think, TG? Change his mind about marriage and ask that we go our separate ways. He most likely will be back, but you should not give him a chance, because a man will never leave a woman that he wants. We as men, we too territorial to ever let a woman breathe that we want to be with. We ain't finna give no room for another man to slip in and take what's ours. If a man leave you, tell him, if you leave, don't ever in your life try to come back. Keep that same energy, playboy, because I ain't with it. And you got to stand on that now. You got to stand on that, because I'm going to tell you, as a man who was a womanizer, as a man who was a dog, I never, ever leave a woman that I really want to be with. I would have never left my wife. She had to leave me. And then we bumped back in each other, but she let me back because she left me. I ain't leave her. My boyfriend goes absolutely bonkers every time I go to Detroit for work, because there is a guy who really likes me there. He knows I'm trustworthy. Is he cheating? No, that don't mean he cheating, because if he cheating, he probably wouldn't be worrying about what you got going on. He probably go, yeah, hey, good red, hey, Detroit versus everybody. If he would cheat, he wouldn't care at all. But see, what it is he shouldn't know that it's a man that's there that like you. That be y'all problem when y'all be talking too much, telling your man about stuff that he shouldn't even know. Because if you faithful and you got it under control, you shouldn't even mention something to a man to torment him and have him thinking about that. And you got to put the shoe on the other foot. And so because you done mentioned it to him, now you need to be going to him and overly assuring him. And I mean, you got to sell it. You got to say, listen, I'm going to tell you this right here. You don't ever in 1,000,000 gazillion infinite years have to worry about me doing anything or even talking to that man. I do not like that man. I'm not like that. I do not play those type of games. I should have never even told you that, knowing that I got it under control. That is my fault. I was being immature, thought I was being transparent, thought I was just talking to you about something. I did not understand that I was being a thorn in your side and I was giving you something that would torment you. I am sorry. I apologize. Please let me make it up to you. Please do not think that I'm finna do something with this man. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. A lot of y'all, when you be feeling insecure and you be feeling unwanted, and so you want to tell your man somebody else wants you. And my wife used to do that to me because I was him. When I met her, I was him. So because she felt like I was above her league, she used to come to me every day and be like, yeah, this guy tried to talk to me at the mall. Yeah, this guy just tried to talk to me in the parking lot. Yeah, this guy just said this. Yeah, this guy just said that. And I talked to my daddy about it. I'm like, Daddy, you know, she always telling me about like guys who be trying to talk to her and all that. He say, son, listen, I'm gonna tell you this right here, what my daddy told me. Thank God we got a lineage of fathers because I was able to get game. He said, I'm gonna tell you this, what my daddy told me. He say, that woman ain't gonna tell you when a man she like or that she would be with try to holler at her. So tell her don't tell you about no other man either. I went back and told my wife, I say, listen, next time she told me about a man like her, I say, listen, you ain't gonna tell me about when a man you like try to holler at you. So stop telling me about all these ugly bumpkins that's trying to holler at you. Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay, I won't say anything. I just was, just yeah, uh-huh. My wife ain't told me since that day. That was 18 years ago. She ain't told me about Nathan. But you know what? It keep staying smooth. Cause like they say, what you don't know won't hurt you. Stop telling everything. And then that way you could be in peace. So you done brought war upon yourself by telling business you ain't have to tell. I'm 35 and a virgin. When do you think I should disclose this info when dating? My male friend said if I were his girlfriend, we'd have to be doing something because no man is going to be out here doing nothing. For one, you shouldn't have no male friend because he already trying to tell you that he trying to put meat on you. Your friend need to be other female virgins. You don't need to have no male friend because he blocking blessings because he got dang-a-lang energy in your life. So calm down with your male friend. If y'all ain't gonna date, then y'all need to be talking on Christmas and Easter and happy birthday. That be the problem with a lot of y'all women is y'all have a male friend that you think is just a friend when he waiting on his opportunity to get him some splackavelli. You can't trust men like that. There is no such thing as a male friend. Y'all do not want to hear that, and y'all do not want to listen to that. That's why I don't have a single female friend. I have some clients who's every now and then say, Tony, you my friend. That's why I want you to come speak at my event. And I have to say, I'm not your friend. I'm your coach. I don't have female friends. There is no such thing as a male friend. If you got a male friend, he either waiting to get between your legs or he gay. And you can't convince me otherwise. And I'm a man and been one every day of my life and all around all kind of men and then been between all kind of women legs. I do not believe in male friends. My wife can't have no male friend under no circumstance. I don't care if he grew up with her from kindergarten. You're not finna be texting my wife. You're not finna be talking to my wife, Playboy. You text us. And you ain't texting us because you're not finna be on my phone. But listen to me. When you meet a man, you ain't got to tell him that you no virgin unless you are 100% sure that no kind of date, no kind of back rub, no kind of bouquet of flowers, no kind of red wine, white wine, no kind of song, no kind of movie, no kind of experience is going to make you come off of your virginity. If you feel like, which I think you can hang on because you 35. It's different if you say I'm 18 or I'm 21, but you 35, you've been holding on for a long time. So I think you got the strength to hold on. So in your case, you could tell a man in the first month, you could tell a man on the first date. But what you got to realize is when you tell a man that you a virgin, he gonna do one or two things. If he ain't got, he either gonna leave because he came for sex to begin with, or two, he gonna make up in his mind that he finna get that virginity. But the sad part is some men will make up in their mind that they finna get it, even if they got to take it. And you'll be behind closed doors with him, and he'll take it. So you have to be careful with your business that's between you and God. And a lot of men want you to tell them you a virgin so that they could leave or so that they could decide to play a game. The only time you should tell a man you a virgin is if he tell you he a virgin and you believe it because he ain't trying to sleep with you. Then you could say, well, actually, I didn't want to say it first, but I'm a virgin too. And I'm just telling you this as a man who was a player and who was a dog who was out there and had a lot of virginities. And so you got to understand that you can't play around. Hey, listen. We gonna take one more question. I got to get on up out of here. Hey, DG, my best friend passed away at 25 years old. His friends have no idea what happened, and his family isn't giving any details. We need closure. What should I do? You have to give yourself closure. You have to understand that not everything is intended for you to know, and some things are better off not being known. One of the biggest problems with humans is needing closure when from other people and external sources, when closure has to be a personal decision. Closure got to be something you give yourself, and you got to be able to say, Lord, I'm gonna put it in your hands. He's no longer here. I'm going to keep the great memories I had of him, and I'm going to move on with my life and know that it's better for me not to know. Because if you know what happened, it may torment you for the rest of your life. So this may actually be a gift, and that's maybe why his family is leaving it that way. Um, yep, you sure can. Hey, God bless you. Welcome to the new members. Now, y'all remember when we was in a pandemic, and we'll be on here, and it'll be all kind of super chats. The people who not in the blessed tribe, they'll be sending super chats. Because why? Stimulus check. Had them stimulus check. We feeling good, boy. We went on here 2 hours. We see now super chat. That right there is why I've been posting them business videos. That right there is a sign of a recession. Think about that now. Think about that. That's a sign of a recession, because now people like, so go back to the business videos where I posted something for the Blessed Business Tribe where I'm giving out the business tips and tools. And the reason being now is that's why you finna see me launch my businesses. I got one business right now that's gonna launch first. When I'm finna launch a new business, you gonna see it. You gonna see it. It's still health and wellness, but you're going to see it though. And the reason why, because we're about to go through a recession. So you better get your life right. You better get your certifications. You better get your education. You better get your grind going, because that paycheck ain't finna be able to cut it. That paycheck ain't going to cut it. Because guess why? They finna raise their prices because they finna start losing money. So everybody that you spend money with, grocery, gas, everybody, they going to have to raise their prices because people finna start cutting them out. So they're gonna say, listen, we got to charge the people who can afford us more money, because who can afford it can't afford it. So let's go up these prices to make up for the people that we done lost. And so guess what you got to do? Get on your grind. Hey, I'm gonna try to do these when I can. Typically I can't do them because it'll be practice. But the boys got practice off this week, so I ain't have to do soccer practice. I'll be at soccer practice, and then sometimes I'm coaching while I'm at soccer practice. But when I'm not coaching at soccer practice, then I do these sometimes in the sprinter. But my front AC went out in my sprinter, so I got to get that repaired. So I'm working on that repair. But hey, God bless you. And we will talk soon. Finna get home, get my little shower, get ready for this game with my wife. And y'all pray for me on get home and get on this here PF chain. PF chain, send me a chat. But hey, God bless you. We'll talk soon. And thank you to the moderators. And thank you to the new members who joined tonight. Really appreciate you joining the Blessed Tribe. And I'm gonna tell you, another time what I seen with the Blessed Tribe is, and because I got a Patreon too, it's a lot of people have to cancel their Blessed Tribe. And you know the Blessed Tribe is $1.99. So now you know when grown people have to cancel their Blessed Tribe, that's a sign of the times right there. That's a sign of the times. When somebody say, listen, I got to go from the Blessed Tribe to the Cursed Tribe, that's a sign of the time. So you better get on your grind. I'm telling you now, you better get on your grind. Because your job might have to send you a pink slip in 12 months. God forbid, and say, listen, we can't. Red Lobster went out of business. What you think we is? We're not an American staple like Red Lobster. So if they going out of business, here go the pink slip. Listen, we got to pivot. So hey, you better get on your grind now. Don't you sitting over there complacent. You better start learning something. Now tomorrow, I got me a sponsor for the life coach certification. So for the aspiring coaches and consultants who want to do it through YouTube, do it one-on-one, make sure you go on TonyGassisAcademy.com tomorrow. Well, actually, it's already up there today, but the email blast go out tomorrow. So go on there because it's limited now. My sponsor limited me now. I'm limited on my sponsorship. So you got to get on over there and get on in the training if you're trying to learn and add that to your repertoire. God bless you. I'm trying to highlight the new members. Hey, God bless you for the super chat there. Mariota and or Mariota, you know I be struggling with your name now. And V, God bless you. Y'all ain't have to do that now. We in a recession right now. Y'all ain't got to do that. I'm just trying to shout out these here new members, get them a little time. Oh, I ain't even get down to this. Hey, Mary, God bless you now. God bless you. I didn't even see that, Mary. Forgive me about that. I ain't even see that. Be God bless you. I got about 60 seconds, so I'm just trying to put these last few people. Hiring a coach is gonna save you. You always should invest in yourself. You ain't saving by not investing in yourself. By investing in yourself, that's gonna take you. That's what take you to the next level. Right now, I ain't got no money. Ain't it bill collector calling me right now? Listen, you know why? Because I invest in myself. I'm investing in myself. I'm like, listen, I got to invest in me first. Y'all can wait. You is a bill. That's what you is a whole bank. I'm not no whole bank. I got to invest in me for this recession come. And then when I get it, that's where you could get it. But don't be rushing me, bank. I'm gonna pay you when I get to it. And then if I'm late, I'm gonna call the credit repair. Hey, I'm finna call the credit scammers. Hey, go on get this deleted for me. Appreciate it. Here go your $80 a month. Get that deleted for me. Such and such. You know all these scammers on here be teaching their credit. Hey, go on get that deleted for me. Appreciate it. But they're right there. All that right there could wait. You got to invest in you. Because your best investment always gonna be in you. I guarantee you. So get your knowledge, get your education, start your business, your LLC, your nonprofit, and work on you as hard as you work for them other people. You bust your butt for that job, bust your butt for yourself. If you get a job 40 hours, give yourself 40 hours. And you ain't got to do coaching with me. Go to mymentor.life. Go to mymentor.life. We got coaches as low as $25 an hour. That's my business now. For those y'all ain't know, my mentor.life up for sale. I might sell TonyGasAcademy.com. Cause I'm finna double down. I got some other ventures I'm working on. To the moon. Hey, God bless you. It's past 8 o'clock. Got to go. We'll talk soon.